Hi everyone, this is a very brief lecture because it's a very simple little thing. We touched on it earlier on in the course, but I want to go into a little bit more detail. This is something you can do with one of your images, maybe even two, but one is enough, that will help your conversions on your listing page because visitors love this kind of thing. Now, it's called an infographic. So what exactly is an infographic? Well, this is an infographic here. You've seen them all the time. You see them all over the internet, and not just on the internet. You also see them on posters offline as well. You see them all over the place. So basically, this infographic is just telling you what happens to your body an hour after drinking a can of Coke. Now, I don't know if this is factually correct or not, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that this is what an infographic looks like, but we don't need to make such an elaborate infographic for our Amazon listing. In fact, we wouldn't want to because this would be too much text and Amazon may not like that. We can create an infographic that's much more simpler than this and contains a lot less text. So here's an example. Well, two examples actually. So the example on the left, this is a simple infographic. The parts of the product, so the components of the product are laid out and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 describing what they are: power bank, charging cable, micro USB and user manual. And the infographic on the right is just basically pointing to each part of this USB charger, whatever it is, and telling the user just exactly what these parts are. Very, very simple, but very effective. It's also good when you are running out of ideas for images, because if your product is very plain and very simple, sometimes it's kind of hard to come up with 5 or 6 or 7 images because they all kind of look the same. You just do a few at different angles and, well, you're thinking, what else can I do? Maybe you can have one image with some props in there, of course not the main image. But you could also have one of these infographics as well. Sometimes infographics can actually show the size of the product. So there'll be a little line along the side with the actual measurements so that the user can see how big the product is, what the length is, what the width is, that kind of thing. If it's relevant, sometimes it's not relevant, but sometimes it is, and sometimes it really helps to have that there. Okay, so there's two ways of doing this. The first way is obviously you can do it yourself. And the second way, if you can't or don't want to do it yourself, is to go to Fiverr, and you can certainly get this done for $5. Just simply type in infographic in the search bar and you're going to come up with lots of results because, again, this is design work and Fiverr really excels for design work. So that's infographics, and I recommend that you go ahead and you get one created for your product listing.